Hi, I'm Francesca.
I'm Victoria.
I'm Laura.
And welcome to Novel Nights.
Hi everyone. Welcome to Novel Nights. We gather here every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We host our live show, the three of us. And each week we come with a different topic or theme to just kind of discuss, share recommendations, and just also hear from you all. Today we're doing our holiday gift guide. We're going to share some books, but we're also going to share gifts that everyone on your list will love. But before we get into the recommendations, we have some topics we want to talk about at the top. But before I get into it, how are things with you, Fran? What's new this week?
This week has been chaos. That is all that is new, is just pure chaos.
Pure chaos. Laura, real quick, how has this week been going?
It's been good. I've been back from Puerto Rico for a couple of weeks and I'm traveling next week. So it's just like I'm looking forward to spend some more time at home, but I got my Christmas tree up early. So it's just celebrating the holidays early.
Yes, and I have to admit, I was influenced by Laura. So Laura got the Christmas tree. She was telling us in a group chat. And then I saw it during one of our co-working sessions. And then I got the same tree. I pulled some ribbons from the garage and I have some little ornaments. So this is an office tree. Okay, this is an office tree. I haven't had a fake tree in a really long time, but that's another story for another day. So this is what's new, the tree. Okay, so like I said, we're talking about holiday gift guide. We're going to share some books and also gifts that we think people on your list will love, but we're going into some topics first. The first thing is the Booker Prize, and I'm the only person who cares about this right now. Okay, I'm the one person who cares about it, and I will say I am surprised at the book that was selected as the winner. Now, full disclosure, I did not read the book that won. Okay, I read the other books and I kind of felt like, I was rooting for James. I have to be honest. So you let me know in the comments, what did you think about the Booker Prize result? Did you even care? And how do you feel about the winner? But if you don't care, that's fine too. I would still love to hear from you. The short list had 7 books and I read 1, 2, 3, 4 books, but didn't read the book that won. So anyways, that's it for my hot take on the Booker Prize. Again, I'd love to hear from you, so share in the comments. The next thing we want to talk about is the Goodreads Reader Choice Awards. Now we have thoughts, but we also have solutions. So I'm going to throw it to Francesca for this one to tell you more about what we're thinking and what we're doing.
Yeah, so actually the Goodreads Choice Awards just started the first round of voting this week. And it is kind of a point of contention every year, I feel, when the nominations come out, because there's a lot of issues with it, and we do go into it a little bit. I did a post earlier today on some of the things that I think still could be improved. I know that they have made some changes over the years. They've adjusted and improved some stuff, and I think the end all be all here is the fact that yes, they are putting out a lot of what books are really, really popular, but so you're not really going to get like a best of by voting or seeing the results on a Goodreads Choice Awards. Like that's just a given, I think, until they make some changes, and I don't know if they will. But other than that, actually Victoria and I did a little bit of a battle trying to fix the books that were nominated. So we've come up with a adjusted list for some of the categories that we thought needed a little sprucing. And we do have that available, and we would love to invite you guys to come and vote on that. And we're going to call that our 2024 Novel Nights Reader's Choice Awards. So just come on and vote on it, see the titles that we picked. Let us know if you think that those are also worthwhile titles, if we did a good job. And if you vote, filling out a form, if you vote, you will be entered. We're doing a giveaway. 3 people are going to win a month subscription to both of our Substacks. So just go ahead, head to the blog. We'll put all the links in the show notes so you'll be able to see that, and just head over there, see what books we picked. They're some of our favorites of the year, and tell us what you think. And if you want to leave comments on the blog and tell us which ones you would have picked, we would love to hear that too.
Yay! It's really exciting. Again, Goodreads, it's a point of contention every year. But remember, it's a popular choice. So it's what's interacted with most on the platform. Like Francesca said, we both discuss this individually on our blogs. Also, keep an eye out next week because we're going to do videos as well. So yeah, you'll get more of our thoughts. But vote, okay? Vote. Link will be in the video's description. And Replay Crew, we'd love to hear from you as well. So those were the topics at the top of the show. Book a prize, Goodreads Reader's Choice, and Or Solution Novel Nights. Okay. So let us know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching us live. And again, Replay Crew, we'd love to hear from you. Okay. So now we're going into the gift guide section. Now we're going to share our recommendations on both books and gifts that we think people on your list will love. Now, I will be sharing first, and I will say that what I'm sharing first, I'm going to be sharing some fiction books. And the fiction books actually are from the Goodreads Reader's Choice, or Novel Nights version of the Goodreads Reader's Choice. Okay, so if you have folks on your list who, or you know what, let me back that all the way up. If you want to treat yourself, treat your shelf, or if there's someone in your life whose shelf you'd like to bless with some books, right? If they're into romance, here are some romance books I am recommending that you give them. So we have Ortia Williams on the list. We have one of my favorites, Let the Games Begin. Neely Tubati Alexander's on the list. Beth Hex is one of my standout books. So I'm recommending you all pick those up. So just browse. You Should Be So Lucky, Cat Sebastian. These are some great romance books. If you are listening to this and you're not able to look at the screen, again, all these books will be available in the link for our Novel Nights Reader's Choice Awards. Okay, for mysteries and thrillers, we have Everyone on This Train is a Suspect by Benjamin Stevenson. I think that's a great ode to, or, you know, classic mysteries. I think, again, good for fans of Agatha Christie. I really loved The New Couple in 5B by Lisa Unger. That was a huge standout. Also want to shout out Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda, The Unwedding, Ali Condi, and The Last One at the Wedding. So lots of wedding. I feel like I've said wedding more than once. So those are some mysteries and thrillers. Then if you're looking for fantasy, science fiction, fantasy books, we have some here. We have a mix of historical, Son of Blood and Ruin by Marie-Lee Lars. Absolutely love. The Bright Sword by Lev Grossman. I've been mentioning this from the summer. A King Arthur retelling I thought was absolutely brilliant. Also Stardust Grail by Yumi Kitasai. Loved Book of Doors. There's also Phantasma. Lots of books here for you as well. Again, these are all available in the Novel Nights Reader's Choice. So we want you to vote on these as well. Historical fiction, we have The American Daughters by Maurice Carlos Ruffin, Becoming Madam Secretary by Stephanie Dre, Briar Club by Kate Quinn, The Lion Women of Tehran, to name a few. So here's some great historical fiction books. And then lastly are our memoirs. So for our memoirs, The Wives, that was a standout for me, I will say. So spoiler into some of my thoughts on the Goodreads Choice Awards. The memoir section wasn't bad. There's another category I said wasn't too bad. This is one of them. I absolutely adored The Wives. That's in there. A book I wish was there, but again, I know it's more the popular choice. but I wish Woman of Interest by Tracy O'Neill was on that list. It is a brilliant book. It's a memoir, but it reads like a mystery novel. It's so good. But yeah, so these are the books from the Goodreads, from our Novel Nights version on the Goodreads Reader's Choice. So again, link in bio, link in the video description, vote. We'd love to hear your choices. Now I'm going to share some standalone book recommendations based on mood. So these are not in the voting at all. This is just me personally. Okay, so if you have someone on your list who is into crafting, I'm going to recommend Crafting a Better World. This provides inspiration and DIY projects for craftivists. So if you have an activist in your life who loves crafts and needs to escape, but they're still very much into their activism bag, this is the book for them. Or if you know they need to slow down and they don't wanna, they can still be activists while crafting. This is the book for them. I also want to do a call back to this one book. Now, this isn't a new book. So while the Crafting a Better World is a 2024 release, this one I think is 23, but I absolutely love it. It gives you permission to not have pretty crafts, okay? It gives you permission to just do whatever makes you feel good. It's the subtitle, A Club for Gluing Beads to Trash, talking about our feelings and making silly things. That should tell you everything you need to know. So if you have a craft in your life who gets really upset when they see really pretty things on Instagram and TikTok and social media, and they're like, nothing I make comes out good, give them this book. Or if that's you, but gift yourself this book. It will, trust me, it will make you feel better. Okay. Outside of crafts, let's go into drinks and cocktails. All the books I'm sharing with you, and I have a special surprise. These are all 2024 releases. The Bartender's Pantry. This is an essential handbook for having like a universal bar. So if you or a friend you know or someone on your list is like the bartender, at every party, get them this one. This is an essential guide. Or maybe for the aspiring bartender, that could be a good fit too. Now, if you want some simple cocktails, this book, Pretty Simple Cocktails, the title says it itself, you'll find margaritas, mocktails, spritzes, and more. And it's for every mood and occasion. So that's also great. So this is like recipe based. Now, something unique and fun I want to share with you is an actual card deck. So this is called Death & Co. Bartender's Choice. So you're going to get cards where you can discover classic cocktails and inspiring new drinks. So I have a mock-up of what the inside looks like. So these are like the cards that you will get in said box. So, if you don't want to gift a book, you can gift this set of cards. It's easy to keep on a kitchen counter or on a drawer, and then they can just pull out whatever card when they need to make a recipe without the clutter of, having a big book. So that's it for drinks. Now, for the friend or yourself, because again, we're treating ourselves here. If you love to cook, I'm going to, take you on a journey here. So this one is called Second Generation. It has Hungarian and Jewish classics reimagined, but it's for the modern table. You have this one. I'm going to give you a Vietnamese recommendation with the Memory of Taste. Now, this has authentic Vietnamese, but also Vietnamese American recipes. So this is a good one. Now, this one I'm excited about, all right? Because it's a Caribbean cookbook, and I'm telling you, I was living when I saw it. So this one is called Belly Full. And this is something I feel Caribbean people say a lot. You know what I mean? Like we say at the end of a meal, yeah, your belly full. So I love the title, but this is exploring Caribbean cuisine. When I looked, I got a preview of this book. It's from different islands. So you have the Jamaica, you have the Trinidad, you have the Grenada, you have all these different places. So check that out. We have a Mexican kitchen. This is Eva Longoria. If you guys watch like travel food, travel things, she had a whole segment about eating through Mexico or something. This is a Mexican kitchen cookbook from her. And then for more simple or easy, you want the path of least resistance, this is something I want to have in my kitchen stacked. The Art of the Perfect Sandwich. Because sometimes, listen, man, you just want to make a sandwich and be done. So this book, Stacked by Owen Hun, get your hand on that or gift it to your friend. Now, if you have someone who is very nostalgic and they care about like kitchen and baking history, or they just, they like vintage things, then I'm going to recommend Betty Crocker's Found Recipes. Now, if you are into the cookbook world and you kind of know what's happening, we had a Betty Crocker Lost Recipes a while back. Well, these are the found recipes. So these are some of Betty Crocker's beloved vintage recipes, just compiled together. So that's for cookbooks. For baking, Laura actually recommended this one to me. Laura recommended Bodega Bakes for me personally. And then I got a mock-up and I'm like, no, I need this book. This is great. Really exciting. I was like, what is a bodega, girl? And she told me what a bodega is. And I was really excited that a cookbook, or more specifically in this case, a baking book, was made with a bodega in mind. So, it's mostly like simple, but some unique ingredients as well. So it's a mix of both. And I'm really excited about this one. So yes, Bodega Bakes is an option for baking. This is strictly baking, not cooking. Also, Life's Sweetest Moments, Dominique Ansel always has a brilliant baking book. I can rely on Dominique for excellent recipes. I also want to recommend, where did this go? Zoe Bakes Cookies. Is it Zoe or Zoe? I don't remember. But Cookies and Bars, I have another cookbook from this author, so I'm very familiar. Also want to recommend Sweet Tooth, 100 Desserts to Save Room For. And if you're like me, you always have room for desserts. And if you or someone in your life has a sweet tooth, I do, get them this. And then the last baking book is, can't pronounce it, but it's Turquoise Kitchen. You're going to get sweet and savory bakes. But again, everything is baking. I follow this creator online. Brilliant recipe. So I'm really happy to see all this compiled together in a book. All right, next up we have home and garden and kind of like flowers. So New York Botanical Garden Wildflower Identification Flashcards. This is good for my mom, except my mom doesn't live in North America. However, she's very interested in wildflowers. So this is what this looks like. So if you have a mom, a dad, anyone in your family or yourself and you're interested in this, yes, I recommend these cards. I'll be gifting it to my mom, even though she doesn't live in North America, to identify these things. But all these wildflowers are North American based. So again, if you have someone in your life, gift it to them, even if they don't live in North America, in the case of what I'm doing. All right, floral arranging. These are dried flowers. So designing with dried flowers, that is a unique art. I personally love drying flowers. So if you have someone who is interested in floral arranging, this is a great gift for them. And finally, something to brighten your home. So this is colorful living. If you're that person who wants to have a pop of color in your home, or you know someone who's been going through their beige era, but now they're ready for some pops of color, because I mean, look, the world is crazy right now. So just let your home just reflect the burst of colors. Get this one, colorful living. Okay, last category of books is lifestyle, wellness, and self-care. Now, the first thing I want to share with you is from We the Urban. Now, I follow these folks on social media. Now, the creator's name is Willie Green. So all the captions usually start with, not sure who needs to hear this, but, and then you get like these really nice reminders that you really need. So here's some examples, right, of what you can expect inside the book. Again, if you go on Instagram to We the Urban, you can see a lot of these things. Now it's collected in this beautiful format. And again, this is perfect because again, the world is kind of chaotic right now. So just give this to someone or gift it to yourself because it will bring you some calm. Okay, next up is the sobriety deck. So if there's anyone, if you or someone in your life wants to go on a sobriety journey, get them this deck. Now, like the decks I've shown you, I'm going to show you the inside. You're going to get these little cards that will just provide simple practices if you decide that you want to live a booze-free life. Now, if you're confused about the state of the world and you're wondering, how did we get here? What is going on? Why are people going so crazy online? If you don't have faith, like for me, I just feel like everything is Jesus right now. Jesus's design. But if you want some more answers, because even me, sometimes I need more answers, you're going to need this cosmic guide, okay? Cosmic Comfort. You're going to get 50 affirmations and grounding meditations from the universe. So this is good for people who are religious, but they need a little extra something, because I am, but I need a little extra something right now. And for people who are non-religious too. So give them some cosmic comfort. Again, these are cards as well. So, you know, these are what the cards look like. So that's what you can expect. Now, again, world is chaotic, but maybe you want to control what you can control, which is your own life, which is what I recommend. You know, ignore people online. Pay attention to you and your life. Get this book, Life Styled. It's your guide to a more organized and intentional life. This is a book. This doesn't have cards, but it covers different facets of your life. So from your home to your work to your mental, just everything is in this one book. So again, it will help you get organized, but also be more intentional. And then the last thing I'm going to share with you is what's this thing? Smythe's Letter Writer. Now, even though we're chronically online, I think we're not the best at communicating. This is a modern guide to corresponding with people. So almost everything imaginable. So from daily life to getting feedback from famous writers, people who know how to write better than we do. Everything modern correspondence with, you know, what do you call it? Inspiration from people before us. You will get that in this book. I love books that teach letter writing. I have a few, and I'm telling you, you learn something new every time. So this will be good for you or the friend or the family member, whoever you're gifting, who likes writing letters, or maybe has a pen pal or wants a pen pal or something like that. Let them brush up on their writing before they start reaching out to strangers. And now games. I have 3 games to share with you. This one is a trivia game for word lovers. It's called Good Words. So, you know, readers probably love books, so that's something good. There's some cards, again, because it's a game, good words. But the people who are winning, okay, the people who are winning this year in terms of new gifts are the Jane Austen fans. I have a Jane Austen game. I'm really excited for when my mom and sister come around. We're going to play it again. But now we have Jane Austen puzzles. Okay, so jigsaw puzzles. Get the puzzle, crank it out, play it with your family. It's going to be a fun time. Or play it by yourself and put in your audiobooks and just, you know, forget what's happening out there in the world. Because again, it's crazy. And then Jane Austen fans also have a win because you have a Jane Austen trivia. So if you have an Austenite, Janeite, however you identify, 400 questions and answer for everyone. So yeah, like I said, Jane Austen fans are winning, and this is what the deck of cards looks like. And yeah, that's it for my gifts. But I do want to shout out real quick, Beautiful Books, friend of the live, who popped in on my book mail unboxing. Hi, friend. Who says, I was trying to bring up the book. Yes, here it is, Letter Writing. Looks so interesting. Yes, I think this is very interesting. I love books about letter writing, and I can take any tip that I can get. All right, so those are my books. What do y'all think?
I am loving the Jane Austen stuff. So
I saved it for last. I'm just like, I can't lead with that because then, I mean, what are you going to hang around for?
I am excited for the deck of cards between the bartender and sobriety. You get 2 choices. It's so cool, you know. So it gives you. But I love all the baking. I was about to recommend Bodega Bakes, but I feel like
do it again because you recommended that to me.
You're the baker of the group, and I'm the home cook. So I got home cooks stuff, you know.
Yes, see, even Beautiful Books is popping in again and saying the Jane Austen top tier. Yeah. Yes.
That's all you need.
Let me tell you, these Jane Austens, yes, it is giving. And
the puzzle is so cute.
The puzzle, it is cute. It is cute. And I have this Jane Austen game. I should have brought it in here, but it is so much fun. I'm going to do a dedicated Jane Austen gift post because over the past, recent years, I feel like there's lots of really great Jane Austen gifts out there, from spanking new editions that are just stunning to fun interactive bits like this. So yeah, but thank you, Beautiful Books. All right. So Fran is going to be sharing her recommendation.
Yes.
All right. What do you got for us?
So I actually have bookworm recommendations. So these are going to be things, I'm not going to discuss books necessarily, but we're going to be talking about gifts that you could either gift yourself, because, you know, we're all listening to this as readers, or you can gift them to a friend who is a reader. So I'm going to start out with some stuff, little stuff that you could gift to your friends. The first thing is something that I started using this year, and I think it is the best thing if you want to read at night, especially, I mean, obviously, if you're a digital reader, if you read on Kindles or e-readers or your iPad, and it's this little gadget, and I actually have it hooked up over here. It's a page turner. So the way it works is you hook this to your device, the other way, actually. You hook this to your device, and with this little button, it turns the page for you. So you could have this sitting on a tripod or some kind of anything, and you could be cozied up under a blanket and just turn the page, and you don't have to be cold and you don't have to do anything. And it is the best thing ever. I love it. It's not really expensive. I think they're around $15, $20. And they'll work on either an iPad or a Kindle. They're basically a Bluetooth connect. So super easy to use. And the bookworm in your life or yourself will thank you immensely for it. It is really the best way to read at night, and I will never go back to anything else. Now, if your friend or yourself is more of a paperback reader, I actually just recently got this adorable, let's see if I can get it to focus. No, it's a library stamp. And I'm lazy, so I got the self-inking stamp, but this company actually has the nice, pretty wood stamps with the ink pad or also embossers. So they have adorable, adorable designs and you can customize them. And then the inside of your book, you could stamp it on like the main title page and make it like mine says, from the library of Under the Covers. And I think that that is such a cute personal touch to add to your books, or gift that to somebody to add to their books. It's almost like you're building your own little personal library or collection, which is super nice. And actually, I do have a coupon code. This was from the Etsy stored pickled stamps. And I do have a coupon code for 10% off. It's UTC Book Blog Save 10. I will leave that also in the show notes so you guys can get 10% off if you buy any of her products. So also something that's a really nice touch, and it would be a really cute and thoughtful gift for a bookworm in your life. Now, also something that I overuse if you are a paperback reader, or even if you're a digital Kindle reader, is a reading pillow. Like this one right here. I cannot tell you how comfortable this thing is. It doesn't matter where you put this pillow. It is the most comfortable pillow I own. I travel with it. It just does not leave my side. I have 4. That's how much I like these. And you can take the cover off and wash it. So they're really nice. They are from Bookbow. And I think that if you haven't tried reading on one of these, you definitely need to. It'll make the weight on your arms feel so much lighter, and perfect experience. I mean, literally, you can use these pillows for anything, even like for your legs or your head, whatever. They're the most comfortable pillow I own, literally. Now, another idea that you can do for bookworms is, if they are digital readers, you could gift them a yearly subscription to book services like Kindle Unlimited, Kobo Plus, Audible, or things like that. So that is always an option that is very well received. You could also look into special editions of books. So if their favorite book or their favorite author has a new cover or a special edition, highly recommend that you look into that. It also shows that you know what they like, and that would be a nice addition to their bookshelves. And if you can get it signed for them, even better. They'll definitely appreciate that. for sure. And actually, I wanted to show you what the stamp looks like because I did stamp a book. So that's what that stamp looks like, which is really cute. So that would be for print books. Now, the last thing that I wanted to discuss is digital or e-readers. And that is probably a bigger ticket item. So whether maybe you're shopping for yourself, looking for an upgrade, or maybe you haven't started reading on Kindle or ebooks and you want to start, then I have a couple of comparisons to offer you. And I do go in more detail on the blog. So you will be able to access all of those different comparisons and, feature comparisons and some more of my thoughts on the blog for that. But this is my old Paperwhite. I think I got this one in 2021. And it's probably my 6th Paperwhite. I have pretty much stuck with Paperwhites the whole time. I did like the Kindle Oasis, but sadly that has been discontinued. And I have 2 of the new lineups of Kindles that came out this year to kind of compare and go over with you guys. The first one is the Color Soft. And this is the first e-ink color that Amazon has put out. I do think it comes with some issues. They have it currently suspended for shipping. So I think that they're working on it. That always happens when you're buying a tech device on the first shipment out. So it does have a little bit of some issues, but I wanted to show you how the color works because it is a little bit different than what you would be used to looking at an e-reader. So let's take a look here on. That's what the color looks like. It's a little bit, let's say a little bit more faded than you're used to with the brightness of an iPad, but it does add a really nice touch, I think, for reading on a device that is e-ink. And I do really appreciate reading on an e-ink device because of the eye strain. You don't have any of that. And I do have a whole post also talking about e-ink technology and what are the pros and cons of that. So you can check that out. So if you're looking for a device that is color, definitely the Color Soft would be an option. There are other brands that also sell e-ink color ones like Kobo and Box. So I do have those detailed on the blog as well. I'm sure that Amazon is working on the issues with the Color Soft right now, which is why it's not currently shipping. However, the replacement for my old Paperwhite is the Signature. And the difference with this one, first difference between the old and the new, in case you are looking for an upgrade, is the size. So it is a little bit bigger. So as you can see, the new model is slightly bigger than the old model, but it is the same size as the Color Soft. So between these two, there is absolutely no difference. And the best way that I can tell you the difference, besides the fact that one is color and one is black and white, is the sharpness. So this screen is much sharper, especially when it comes to the images and even when it comes to the text. It's much, much, much sharper on this screen. And I want to say also from my little bit of working with both of them since I've had them, the Signature is a much faster Kindle. So the lag as you're moving through screens, this one is going to be much faster. So I think that this would be my top choice if you are looking to upgrade an e-reader, unless you absolutely want to have the color. And I would say the color would be more of a choice if you read more mangas or comic books or things like that. As far as just for the covers, in my personal opinion, I think that I would wait until e-ink technology is a little bit more mature and that is in a better place for you to make that investment, especially because it is quite a heavier investment. But I also wanted to mention that an iPad is still an option for reading. I personally don't like to read on a bigger device, but the iPad mini, which I do have here, is, I think, the perfect size for an iPad. That would be a great all-in-one device that you can do all of the things. So one thing that you can do besides having all the apps for your Kindle and anything else, so you can put your Libby app for library books and all of that, but you can also add all of your audiobooks apps in here. So you can simply listen to all your audiobooks in the same device as reading on your Kindle. And you can also use the Apple text to speech feature, which I think is so much better than when I tried it on the ColorSoft. Do not recommend to do the text to speech on that device. Yes, it's there, the voice is fine and everything, but to get anything to work without any lag on that device, too much of a process. I definitely think that that's a much better experience on an iPad or your phone, obviously. But I do like the option of having a separate device that is not my phone so that it's not eating up the battery on that. And I actually do have some other tips and tricks on how you can save battery life and how you can change the settings to make reading on an iPad a little bit more like reading on an e-ink device. So all of those tips and tricks are also on the blog, and you can head over there and check those out. And as you can see, I did add on here the magnetic ring. So the reason for that is I have actually used this as my nighttime reading device with my page turner. And by adding this ring, I do have a magnetic tripod. I stick that on there, I get under the covers, and that thing is going by itself. So love that. I think that is the perfect setup. And now as far as size, obviously this is a little bit heavier also than going with the Kindle. But as far as the size, you're just going to be a little bit bigger. It's not a lot. So it depends really on whether you want one device that can do many, many things. There are ways that you can make it a distraction-free reading time on your iPad. There are automations that you can set up, and you can actually make it so that you cannot open any other apps while you are in your reading time. So you can still make that very distraction free as with a dedicated e-reader. So it really depends on how you want to spend your money and how you want to work with your devices, but all of the options are there. So again, there's more information on the post on the blog, but if I had to make one choice, if you're wanting a dedicated e-reader, I would say the Paperwhite Signature, and if you want an all-in-one, the iPad mini is perfect. And that's it. That's all I got.
I love the device comparisons because I've been seeing so much stuff online. So the fact that, you have the colored version, I'm always team wait till the technology works itself out.
Absolutely.
So that makes sense. I know Laura's big on Kindles. What did you think?
I really love it. Actually, I moved away from my Kindle Paperwhite. I'm a believer of the 16 gigabytes. I don't think you need the 32 gigabytes. I have 2,000 books downloaded, and I only use like 1 gigabyte or 2 gigabytes, so you don't need that much memory. But I moved away from the Kindle to my iPad mini that I got earlier this year, and it's my favorite device because I can do continuous scrolling, which is like a great way to just like read the book, just like scroll, scroll, scroll. And it allows me to not only borrow books and like go on Libby while listening to my audiobook. So I get to do this, and it's in one place. So I remove all my audiobooks from my phone so I don't have to use my memory. My iPad has it. It's my reading device. And then I get to do coloring while actually listening to an audiobook. I get to play games like solitaire while we're listening to it. So it's kind of like an all-in-one cozy thing. I know there's a new iPad mini, but I actually have the previous generation and it works out fine. But if you want to upgrade the new generation, they just came out with it. So
yeah, actually, I also have the older one, the previous generation. And if I have to say, unless you're doing a lot of stuff where you would need the new AI features that that Apple put out, but unless you're doing any of that, I don't think it's needed, because like even you can save some money by buying still the older generation right now. And I think that that's probably at like $399 or somewhere around there. So it's a really great price, and it will do everything that you need done. And yeah, like you said, you can do coloring, you can do some cozy games, you can do, hey, listen, I'm a productivity person. You can do Notion, you can do your digital planner, you can do all the things. So I think that you can do a lot more. So it's a great investment, especially when you compare the price of going for that older generation for $399. And for example, the Kindle ColorSoft is $279. So like for the price, it doesn't make sense.
yeah. And if you're an Android user like I am, I'm a diehard Google user. Probably this is where I am. an iPad is not like you can coexist. They coexist with the phone. So there's a lot of Google use. So you don't have to figure out new passwords, new things.
Yeah.
It does have a lot of things that are for Android users. So just an FYI.
Yeah, that's good to know. Beautiful Books says definitely could make a cozy basket with those ideas. She loves
Yes.
them. Great reminders for giving Audible or Kindle gift cards. I can agree with you more. I think those two, Audible or Kindle gift cards,
Absolutely.
are great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
never go wrong with that.
Nope.
I don't think so. I don't. And I have to say, I texted my husband and I said, yo, can you get my Jane Austen game? Because I wanted to show you all. Okay, it's called Lizzie and the Heart Loves Darcy, a Jane Austen matchmaking game. Okay, so for all the Austen people, when I was telling you about the game, I love playing this with my sister. Now I get to play it with my mom. It has a board. So the board is like, what's that game called? I forgot the name of the game. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, you have this board and the game, it has 100 squares and you start at 0. No, you start at 1, sorry. And the goal is to climb the social ladder. Now you can repurpose it because, you know, you have this playing board at the back, but the whole idea is to climb the social ladder so you can make your perfect match. Of course, you have, you know, ladders you can climb up, ropes you come down. It's really cute. And the best part is, hold on, let me fold this properly. You can pick your favorite Jane Austen character to be the person, and you are climbing the ladder that way. There's this really cute wheel that you spin. So, you know, that's how you play. You spin, the person who gets the highest number goes first, and then you just keep spinning and going. And, you know, they have all the couples on the wheel as well. So, yeah, it's really fun. You also have the cards for like the little trivia thing. It's really, I think it's fun. It's interactive. So if you have that Jane Austen fan in your life, it's the Lizzie Loves Darcy. It's a great matchmaking game. I love it. So yes. Had to do a callback real quick. Okay, so Laura, you're sharing with us next. What are your gift recommendations?
So I'm doing cozy hobbies or different interests for yourself or for someone that you like. So the first ones I'm going to talk about is for the home cook, or if you're learning how to cook, you're like, you know, I really want to take care of myself. I'm going to give you 3 cookbooks that are going to help you. The first one, Start Here Cooking, which is, I think, Start Here. And this is like for a beginner. Like she walks through like the basics, like how to do things. And my suggestion is to sit down and read it like a book. Like read the book back front to cover before you start cooking. Read the information, absorb it, and look for information. But it gives you like ideas how to become a better cook, because the reality is that cooking can be fun and it can be intuitive, but you kind of need to learn the basics, from like knife skills to actually like how to cook a turkey if you're leaving for Thanksgiving. Sola actually has a Substack, and she just released that in Substack newsletter. And it's free. And she talked about like what's the best way to cook at Thanksgiving. She's very methodical. She's very scientific. She's trying to figure out what's the best way to do it. So this is like a very great for beginners. It's not as intimidating as other cookbooks. It's like how to cook everything. It's like, no, this is like actually like tells you what to do. So that's like the first thing that I would just suggest. Just read it, borrow from the library if you want to try it out, and read it front to back, and then maybe purchase. But if you know someone who's a home cook or wanting to improve their skills, this is a book for them. And then I'm going to talk about 2 books that are helping you kind of like the day-to-day, like quick meals, easy to do, easy to follow. So the first one is What Goes With What by Julia Turshen. So this is a chart recipe. Part of her Substack, she actually does talks about lunch recipes, so things that you can do easily, from salads to specific things. And the method is that she has these charts. They're handwritten charts, but it tells you like what ingredients do you need to make this meal so far. And so whether it's you need the seed, you need the oil, you need the citric, you need the vegetable or the protein, and it tells you like how to mix it And it's a great place to understand what works, what doesn't work, what flavor will work well with this. And it's a great opportunity. Julia also offers cooking lessons every other Sunday at 2 o'clock on Zoom. And she does have gifting opportunities. So if you know someone who wants to cook, it's a really great welcome environment. It's a Zoom. People are cooking. People are asking questions. She has a great TA who's her recipe tester from this cookbook. And you have like really great ideas of like, specific things. You're like, I did not know any about it. I did not know that this could work. And so you can ask her like live questions. And so this book came out from that class, and it's a great place to get started. If you're actually looking for quick, easy recipes, but you're just like, I just want to work with what I have, or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, here's my protein, here's what I do. What to Cook When You Don't Feel Like Cooking by Carolyn Chambers is just another great cookbook to try out. Recipes are great. It's not complicated. It's not, you need to go to 20 different supermarkets. I do like to go to 20 supermarkets, as I told Victoria today, but you don't have to. It's very simple, very easy. Recipes are delicious. She also has a Substack, which actually has an opportunity where she writes a recipe, but she'll tell you how to adapt it. Whether you have chicken or you have sensitivities, you need like meat or specific things, she will give you substitutions for every single ingredient. So then you can in order to make it more easier. So if you're learning how to cook, these 3 books are help you to do it. I love that Carolyn's is divided by timing. So that means 15-minute recipes, like quick recipes, or recipes that are going to take like, slow cooker, or something that's going to take a little longer. There's a little bit of everything. And then on the back, it's divided by protein. So if you're like, I just want to have fish, and here's all the recipes of fish. So it's very easy to manage. And I was going to say something else about Julia's, but we'll put it on the stuff. So these are great cookbooks. If you want to they also have Substacks. There's opportunities to get more recipes. But these are the 3 cookbooks that I want to talk. So now we're going to talk about some hobbies or some crafting things. So speaking of the crafting, and this just came out from we're just about to talk, it's the library miniature like building sets. So that's actually, so there's different miniature sets where you get all the pieces. It comes in like a box with a bunch of tiny pieces that you have to put together. Just dioramas of like, there's like, in this case is a library, a very busy library. You can do a flower shop. You can do like specific things. You can buy these on Amazon, and there's like lighting, there's like electrical work that you get to do. So if you're looking for a hobby that's going to help you kind of like just distract your mind, this library set is example. They're $40. They're affordable, but they can be good for you or for family members to build your own set, and you build your own little house. Other things you can do is build your own dollhouse, like decorate it. Like let's just bring back the inner child. And there's like a whole world with that. So those are opportunities for you to get some crafting, but at the same time have like some ideas how to move forward. All right. We're going to talk about, speaking of crafting, similar, but it's a little bit more easier to start, is Legos. So Legos have like an opportunity now as a grown up. There's like more to do than you can imagine. So in this case, the Lego flowers, there's a flower set, there's poinsettias, there's like holiday flowers right now, wreath. There's like this like bonsai, or like this like I think it's like chrysanthemum flower. So there's that. Over the last winter break, I actually was at home with my parents, and we were dealing with some family stuff. And my brother gave me a Minecraft Lego village, and we, as a family, made the Lego village. Like it was actually took our time. It took weeks to do this. Like we're just playing they're divided by one bag, and you just build the village. And it's just a great family trip to do. They're more expensive. So these can range from like super cheap to $400, $1,000. So it just depends on the level of complexity. They're more expensive, but they're just a fun, if you want to invest it as a family, if you want to have a crafting project over the winter break, this is a great crafting project to do. If you want to go into budget side, but you still want to have fun too, I have more puzzles. So I want to talk about Puzzle Folk, which is actually like really pretty puzzles for $25. So you can, and this is a small business. They have all types of puzzles, but they're feminine, they're fun, they're easy to do, they're like 1,000 pieces, it's not that easy. And there can be like something to do for the family. If you're looking for puzzles, the other option is after you build them, look for puzzle swaps. Look for in your community for puzzle places where you can actually swap those puzzles and you have like new puzzles and you give the puzzles away. Those are opportunities to expand, but this is a great way to listen to an audiobook if you're doing it by yourself or doing it with your family. So puzzles are the way to go. Then finally, I would say coloring is another option you can do. And this is a great stocking stuffer. Like there's cozy coloring books, but there's all different types of coloring books for adult coloring books you can do. And you can buy a couple of them and have them in stocking. They're like $8 a piece. And you can get markers. You can have like a whole thing and you can just create like a coloring place. There's cozy, there's like flowers, there's mandalas, there's like mysteries. I do coloring on my iPad, but that's just another option if you want to actually go back to basics and fill this out. Okay. I want to talk about my splurge candle. So I used to be a total Bath and Body Works candle, and then I just got sick of the smell. Like I can't have the Bath and Body candle anymore, which is very sad because they were cheap. Like they're like, you can get the candle event is like $10. You can buy like 20 of them. So I ended up, thanks to a lot of influencers, ended up trying Hotel Lobby. These candles are expensive. They're like $55. But my suggestion is I don't burn them. I bought a candle warmer that I just place it on and then I save them and they smell my room. It smells great. The candle warmer costs like you can get them on sale. Be on the lookout for deals on Amazon, but you can get them from $15 to $20 a candle warmer. You plug it in, it can be a night light in your room, but it'll have the smell. And buy that fancy candle, and you don't need to light it up. So my favorite smell from Hotel Lobby is Aspen, but there are other candles. Like if you want to buy splurge on the fancy candle, like splurge it, and then just get the candle warmer. That's my suggestion. But it's something nice for the home. So yeah, it's time. Sometimes it's time to upgrade the candles, And finally, I was going to share Bodega Bakes because it's actually like an opportunity to bake for things that you can find at home. So it's things that are easily to find. So there's not a lot of specialty stuff. As someone who lived in New York for 14 years, who have gone to bodegas, who lived like basic needs, I can tell you it's like bodegas are the corner store, by the way. It's a Spanish name. It came from the diaspora. But it's a corner store. And so the ingredients are going to be like things that you can easily find that you may have in your pantry, or you might be able to get them on a local supermarket. You don't have to go to specialty store looking for the special vanilla. Like it's things that you can find. And I think this is a great place to get started for baking. But I trust Victoria, who's our resident baker. I'm the resident home cook person. So their opportunities are endless. But I hope you enjoy these like cozy, take care of yourself, self-care hobbies that you can actually do.
Yay!
I have an addition to the candles because I also graduated from the Bath and Body Works. And it's funny because you're going to New Orleans next week.
Yeah.
And the reason why I graduated to these candles is because I was in New Orleans and I was at a shop buying it was like a knickknack shop. They had clothes and jewelry and all kinds of little things. And there was such a nice smell in the store that I just had to ask them, what are you burning? Because it's so good. And I have not gone back to buying another candle, and it's the Capri Blue volcano candles.
Oh my God, yes.
They smell so nice. They're not quite as pricey. They're probably it depends. Like if you get these jars, which are like their original jars, they're maybe like $25, $30. If you get their fancier jars, which I do have a couple, I try not to burn them.
Just get a candle warmer. I'm telling you, I have a candle warmer.
But I swear by these. They smell so good, and I will never go back to Bath and Body Works. So, yeah.
Yeah, a candle warmer is if you need an investment, buy yourself candle warmers for every part of it. One for the kitchen, one for the office space, one for your bedroom, and they're like little night lights. So there's to give you ambience stuff. So it's not like, fluorescent light, it's just a little ambience, but then also the smell. It just makes the house smell so good. And some candles are better for candle warmers, but for the most part, I found it that they were better. Bath and Body Works candles do not work on candle warmers, so that tells you something.
Also, the glass in those explodes. So just
Yeah,
Ooh,
no.
that is scary.
yeah,
Oh my
it happened to
God.
me twice. So
I find it so funny. We all started at the school of Bath and Body Works, and then we graduated, and we just can't stand it anymore. Is there anyone here watching us live? Do you love a Bath and Body Works candle? But let us know in the comments what your favorite candle is, because I think candles are very unique and specific to people, because something smells good to you, it's horrific to someone else. But I'm just curious on branding. Like, what is your candle brand? I find it funny we all graduated from Bath and Body Works. That is hilarious. And I just want to say, for the bodega bakes, I only know what a bodega. The first time I heard the word bodega was from Cardi B. So never lived in New York. Never, yeah. I bodega, what? But she was always talking about going to the bodega. So I was like, okay. But I know a corner shop. I know a haberdashery. I know other names for these places. But the fact that we have a book, a cookbook, but in this case, it's baking, that's just dedicated to like corner shop vibes and not specialty stuff. I think it's special. I like it. I like it.
And it keeps the ingredients simple. They're not, because I asked you every so often, I'm like, okay, can you give me a recipe of staples, things that I actually have at home that I do not have to go to the supermarket. Don't make me go buy some specialty item that I'm only going to use once and not like any multiple uses. Like, these are staples. These are things you're going to be able to find in a corner store. By the way, some of the corner stores and the bodegas in New York have been fancy. Like, they're fancy. They got like the fancy pops, soda. They got like the LaCroix and all the different old seltzers. So, there'll be fancy stuff, but some of the stuff is like basic needs.
I like that. I like that. All right. Well, everyone, I think you all got quite a bit of recommendations, and Beautiful Books is coming in. Loves Yankee candles. So Yankee candles, loving the sweet scents, baked to good. Oh, see, I love baking just because I love the smell. And I am that person who will put like a cinnamon stick and some star anise and slices of orange and just put it to boil just to get that smell.
yeah.
So I kind of think I would gravitate to a baked goods. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Okay, well, yes, you got lots of recommendations. I'm sure you can find something for yourself or for someone on your list. Before we sign off, we have things. So I want to share. Oh, I can't share. Laura, can you pop off something from me? I want to share our content calendar because for some reason, this thing really limits what we can share. So this is our live calendar for the next couple of weeks. So we just did some gift guide recommendations. Next week, you're gonna get some holiday themed reads. The following week, we're going to do Christmas traditions. And yes, you're reading the date right. So if you're looking visually at the calendar, you're like, wait, y'all are going live? We are doing a pre-recording, okay? Full disclosure, but there's content out there for you just in case you don't have anything going on Thursday. And that is fine, okay? That is fine. Or you're sick of your family and friends and you kind of just want to get away and just have something where you can watch and escape and just be with your peoples, right? Because I get that.
Yeah.
I recommend hiding in the closet, but I will talk about hiding in the closet in a separate video. But if you need to get away from your family members, like you love them, but you can only handle them in doses, don't worry. Novel Nights crew will be here for you. So we're going to be talking about Christmas traditions. And I don't just mean, American-based traditions. We're going to talk about traditions from across the world, different things. I mean, I know for me, I have a gazillion different traditions. Like I'm getting ready to bake some Moroccan inspired cookies this weekend because I've had a hankering for them. So I've experienced a lot of traditions. We all have different backgrounds. We're excited to share that with you. But we will be coming back live December 5th. So we'll be live just like we are here, reading your comments and interacting. We're going to be here live to talk about some comforting and cozy reads. Because again, the holidays might be celebratory for some people. It might be bittersweet for some people. You might be by yourself. You might be with people, but you still feel alone. Books will come save you. I promise you. Books will save you. So we're going to share some recommendations as well. So for the next 3 weeks, we have some exciting things on our calendar. So next week, holiday themed reads. The following week, we're just going to talk about Christmas traditions, everything. So show up and tell us about your favorite books, movies, food, just every and anything. We want to hear about it. And we will be back live with you to talk about comforting and cozy reads. So that's what this is looking like for the next couple of weeks, if I can get this thing down. Technology. But thank you, beautiful books. Beautiful books is saying, great gift ideas. Thanks so much. She is enjoying the content. Listen, met her on the live when I was doing book mail unboxing. So yes, and we need to check out her content too. She has some good short form content as well. So definitely want to do that little shout out there. But vote.
Yes.
Vote. We have our Novel Nights version of the Goodreads Reader's Choice Awards. The link is in the video description. We have 5 categories: romance, mysteries, thrillers, science fiction, fantasy, historical fiction, and memoirs. Yeah, we're not the corporation Goodreads is, and we don't have a huge database, but this is what we're doing. So share your opinion, vote, and you can get, a pro bono, what do you call that? A membership to our Substack as well. So more details in the video's description, but I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything? No,
That's it.
Sounds good. Well, everyone, see you next week, again, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We gather here every Thursday. Even when we're not going to show up live for the week of the 28th, Thanksgiving week, holiday week, we're still pre-recording and uploading content for you. All right. So we're here for you during this holiday season, whether you're spending it by your lonesome, whether you want to avoid your family, or you just need a break. Okay. Your peoples are here. So we'll see y'all next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.